So let's rank all the films I watched for the first time for the month of April 2024. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, back with another ranking. Today, I'm going to be giving you my first time watches of April 2024. This is probably the least amount of films I've watched for the first time in I don't know how long. Only 12 of them. So this is gonna be pretty fun and what have you. Most of these films I've actually done reviews of already, and some that I'm probably going to review later on down the road. Anyway, yeah, this was pretty big and what have you. So if you haven't seen my reviews for any of these films, check them out. But I'll leave the three of them in the end of the video, okay? And a few during this video. Now, if you're ready, let's start this ranking. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Coming in at number 12 is Night Swim. Yeah, the first one of the first movies of this year, and I didn't really care for it much. I agree with everyone. This was just probably one of the worst horror films of this year. I really wasn't big into that. Some of it was alright. It did have a few good scares, but not a whole lot, what have you. This is a film I wouldn't recommend and what have you. I think you'd be better off watching that short film. I haven't seen that one though, but maybe I'd better if I can ever get a chance. So anyway, Night Swim, well, it was done by James Wan and the folks at Blumhouse. This is just no good. I'd rather watch their one of their recent collabs, which of course was my number one film of last year, Megan. Oh well, nobody's perfect. And coming in at number 11 is Drive Away Dolls. Now, this is a new film from part of the Coen brothers, Ethan Coen, actually. And of course, I know he and his, well, the other Coen brother did numerous films and what have you. This film's just kind of, I don't know, I kind of slept through a little bit of it. This film's kind of odd and what have you about these two girls who go south after they encounter something big in the back of one of their cars and what have you that they're going in. Yeah, but it's an okay film though. Not really great though. I said I probably might include it in an upcoming mini reviews vid. We'll see if I can get in. Drive Away Dolls. Well, um, excuse me. Well, while it does have pretty decent main performances from Margaret Qualley and Geraldine Viewanthan. Yeah, this is just one film of road tripping lesbians filled up on drive insanity. I didn't mind much of the LGBTQ plus whatever you see in this film. Some of it was alright, but some of it I did not like. Sorry. Drive Away Dolls is okay. It's just not that great though. Next at number 10 is Hoot from 2006. Now, I've kind of avoided this film since this film bombed at the box office and what have you. It's based on the book of the same name, and I didn't even know this had him. It has Logan Lerman in it before he even played Percy Jackson. Yeah. And Luke Wilson's in this film as well, so I thought that he was fine, what have you, but I think this was just kind of, I don't know. But, well, I did like a little bit of it. I mean, especially when it had an appearance by the late, great Jimmy Buffett in it, who, of course, did the film's soundtrack and stuff. But anyway, I didn't even know about what kind of owls they were trying to talk about. It's those kind of elves that burrow and what have you. Oh my gosh, that was incredible. This film can be a hit or miss and what have you. Kind of a strange film for the family, but it's still a okay film. I might review this sometime down the road. Hoot is an okay film. It's not may not be one of the best, but it's fine and what have you. Same can be said for the next film at number 9, and that is How Fried Worms, also from 2006. Now, given the fact that this and Hooch were released, both released from New Line Cinema, and were in a co-production with Walden Media, this film also bombed at the box office. It's also based on the book of the same name, which I do remember that one. This one was just kind of crazy and what have you. It had a few twists in it. It did have a few funny moments and what have you, especially with the way they called those special worm recipe, well, worm things and what have you, what they were called. Not the names of the worms, but the kind they were creating with. Especially when they create with all sorts of hot things like hot sauce and stuff like that. Yeah, that was really crazy. But anyway, the film adaptation of How to Eat Fried Worms, it was fine. It had a few funny moments and what have you, but not really that much great though. And coming in at number 8 is Woody Woodpecker Goes to Camp. Now, this is a new film with the titular character that just came to Netflix. Well, it's a little bit of a fun experience over the first film, which I didn't rewatch because it was nowhere to be found, not even on Peacock. This film was just so absolutely zany and what have you. Woody tries to redeem himself and get back into the force by going to a camp across from the force he was in. Makes friends with a girl and a group of other campers. But anyway, it was really nice to have Wally Walrus and Buzz Buzzard in it. But as I've said in my spoiler-free review of the film, the CGI, some of the CGI was a little meh. Check out my review of it if you haven't seen it yet. This film is fun, though, in some ways, though. And coming at number 7 is Talk to Me from last year. Now, although this film was originally released in 2022, this film was kind of warped down and twisted in my view, but still a very good horror film, though. I really enjoyed most of it, what it had to offer. I did have a few issues with the film, but still, it ended up being a very fun fright fest and what have you, especially with them with these young teens taking this here embalmed severed hand and what have you. Yeah, incredible. I hope for the best this sequel's a little more, well, good and what have you. But this is still good though. Don't take my word for it. But a lot of my horror fanatic friends, I'm pretty sure, liked it. I mean, I liked it. It's just that I had some issues with it. Just check out my review of it if you haven't seen it yet, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay. Next at number 6 is Bob Marley, One Love, from earlier this year. Now, this is a biopic on the legendary singer Bob Marley, rest in peace, and how he became a big name, not just in music, but in other ways. I am going to say how he survived gunshot and what have you, and how he became a really big musician and superstar, especially with his band, The Wailers. This is just a great film in my view. Where I really enjoyed for what it had to offer. The guy who played Bob Marley was exceptional, really good. Liked it. Anyway, check out my spoiler-free review if you haven't seen it yet. It's a very good film. I really liked it. And coming in at number 5 is Anyone But You from last year. Now, I thought this film was a blast in my view. This was another outrageously fun-filled comedy with a little raunchiness and what have you. One thing I forgot to mention in my spoiler-free review of this, if you haven't seen it yet, is that I failed to point out that this film also kind of makes me feel like I'm seeing Mike and Davey Wayne dates as well. Not just some of those other movies I mentioned, like Wedding Crashers and what have you. I love the performances from Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. They were absolutely, really, really good. I thought this film was just so outrageously funny. A fun-filled take on the popular Shakespeare story, Much Ado About Nothing. This film was really, really something. Definitely. Now, coming in at number 4 is Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. This film, now like its predecessor, this film did have some issues. It had a bit of a slow bit in the start, but it manages to make up for it later on into the ending. But I don't know why the hell this is at a more lower score. It's now at 15% now, much 1% low from its original start at 14% on Rotten Tomatoes. What the hell? Come on, guys. I thought you would be go easy on this one, but I've underestimated this. But enough said about that. To hell with what those critics are saying about this. I think Zack Snyder did a good job on this. This had most of the cast from the first film back, and I thought this was an improvement over it. I thought it was just so incredible and what have you. I'm hoping for the best of luck they do well with more and what have you. We'll hope for the best. But Rebel Moon Part 2, like I said, don't mind the critics. Watch this film anyway. It's very good. I liked it more than the first one. Definitely. Next up at number 3 is Mad Max from 1979. Now, I've only seen a little bit of this film, but this is my first time of seeing the film in its entirety. I must admit, this is a very, very good film. Mel Gibson, in one of his earliest films, is absolutely exceptionally good as a titular character. Everyone else was good, and they was just so wow, intense and action packed. I really thought this film had a lot to offer. Now I am looking forward to reviewing the sequels as well, leading up to the premiere, should I say, release of Furiosa later in the month. As I've said in my recent video, my schedule for this month. Anyway, Mad Max is just such an awesome film. I really liked it, especially for all the post apocalyptic feel to it. Just so incredible. And coming in at number 2 is Unsung Hero. Now, this just recently came to theaters this just last weekend, and I'm going to say this was a very, very good Christian drama. Check out my review of it if you haven't seen it, but I'll leave it at the end of this video so you can see it. Anyway, this is a film about the rise of Rebecca St. James and her family, and of course, her brothers who would form the group for King. Well, the group, or should I say, duo for King and Country. I think they did an exceptionally good job in directing this and what have you. Just so incredible. Anyway, Unsung Hero, definitely a very good film. I've said already, you need to go see it. It's got a great cast, great characters, and what have you. Of course, it's based on real life, so you gotta check it out. Unsung Hero, it's very good. And my number one first time watch of April 2024 is What's Up, Doc from 1972. Now, I've been wanting to see this film for some time since I read about it. I think in one of my old magazines, I think it was shown in an issue of Disney Adventures, I believe, with some other old films from long ago. I must admit, this was so outrageously hysterical, fun, and, well, what can I say? It had a lot of craziness. A real fun movie with great characters and some good performances as well. I have to say, I gotta give credit to the main stars, which of course include Barbara Streisand and Ryan O'Neal. They were both very, very good in YB. This is just one heck of a screwball comedy with some romance and hystericalness, and I don't know what have you. This has an all-star cast. I definitely need to review this film sometime sooner. I just came across it on TV last month, and it is so funny. I really loved it. Streisand really stole the show, but O'Neill came right behind though. So there you go. That's my ranking of April first time watches for April 2024. What did you think of this ranking? Let me know what your top watch of You can tell me your top pick or your top 3 or top 5. Leave them for me in the comment section below. What did you watch for the first time in April 2024? Leave them for me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel and make it grow and make the views grow. And we'll have my rewatches ranking for last month, April 2024, coming up in the next video. So if you like this, check out my reviews for the films that came right behind What's Up Doc. Check out my spoiler-free review of Unsung Hero in the upper left-hand corner, my review of Mad Max in the upper right-hand corner, and the bottom left-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.